You've probably already done it today. You asked your phone for directions, you got a movie recommendation, maybe you've even chatted with a customer service bot online. We are surrounded by artificial intelligence all day, every day. But what's actually going on behind that screen? Behind the friendly voice and the helpful suggestions? Well, let's dive in and take a look.
So think about it for a second. When you're typing back and forth with a chatbot and it feels like it gets you. It understands your jokes, it seems to empathize. Is there actually a mind in that machine? Or are our own brains just programmed to see one?
Turns out there's a name for this feeling. It's called the Eliza effect. It goes all the way back to a chatbot from the 1960s that was so convincing people would pour their hearts out to it, telling it their deepest secrets. It's just a very human thing to do. We project intelligence and understanding onto a system that's really just matching keywords. We're sort of hardwired to find a mind, even when there isn't one there.
And that tendency brings us to the biggest challenge we face with AI right now, sorting out what it can actually do from the sci-fi hype we're constantly being sold. This is where we all need to get a little bit smarter about how this technology really works. Okay, this slide gets right to the heart of it. We look at AI and we see human-like qualities. We see understanding, we see intent. But the reality, it's all just math. And AI isn't thinking the way we do, it's just calculating probabilities. It's making an incredibly sophisticated guess about what word should come next. Think of it like this. A toaster just follows a rule. A self-driving car uses a ton of data to guess the safest move. It can adapt, sure, but it doesn't truly understand the world.
So when that gap between the hype and the reality gets way too big, you get what some researchers call AI snake oil. This is when an AI system is sold on promises that it just flat out cannot deliver. A classic example would be an AI hiring tool that claims it can tell you who's a good candidate just by analyzing their facial expressions. The science just isn't there, but the hype sells.
So why do these systems fail so often? Well, first they have zero context. An AI moderator might see a sarcastic comment and flag it as hate speech because it can't grasp the nuance. Second, they can be incredibly biased. If you train an AI on historical data where all the engineers were men, it might learn to think that only men can be engineers. You know, the classic garbage in, garbage out problem. They're also known for just making stuff up. We call these hallucinations. And finally, a lot of these systems are a black box, which means even the people who designed them can't fully explain why the AI made a certain decision.
Okay, I know that all sounds a bit daunting, but here is the good news. You don't need a degree in computer science to be a smart user of AI. You just need a good detective kit. Part of that kit involves verifying information, using methods to investigate sources and trace claims. But another key part is learning to spot fake media, which is what we're going to look at right now.
And this right here is the visual part of our kit. It's brilliant. If you think an image or a video might be a deepfake, you don't look for the big, obvious things. You look for the tiny mistakes. First up, check the blinking. It's amazing, but AIs often forget that real people blink every 2 to 8 seconds. Next, look at the shadows. Do the shadows on the person's face actually match the light source in the room? AI is terrible at getting this right. And finally, check what we call biological artifacts. Teeth, hair, the edges of the face. AI has a weird habit of rendering teeth as one solid white bar or creating wisps of hair that just don't look real. Once you know these tricks, the illusion starts to fall apart.
Spotting fakes is a great skill, but it points to a much bigger, much more important idea: the need to always keep a human in the loop. This is absolutely key to using AI responsibly.
And this quote just nails it. The point is, AI can be a fantastic assistant. It can sift through massive amounts of data, find patterns we'd miss, and make predictions. But, and this is a big but, at the end of the day, a person has to be accountable. We're the ones who bring judgment, ethics, and the final decision to the table. We can't just outsource our responsibility to an algorithm.
This slide really gets to the heart of the matter. AI is never, ever truly neutral. Every single system reflects the choices, the data, and yes, the biases of the people who made it. Everything from the information it was trained on to the goals it was given is baked right into its code. It's not some objective oracle, it's a mirror.
This is what we bring to the table. These are the things that, at least right now, AI simply can't do. It's great at finding patterns, but it has no real understanding of context or nuance. It can follow rules, but it has no moral compass. It can mimic emotional language, but it can't feel empathy. And while it can recombine existing ideas in new ways, it can't create something truly original from scratch. This is why the human in the loop is absolutely irreplaceable.
So, Let's put this all together. How do you go from just being a passive consumer of AI to being an active, critical, and frankly, smarter user?
It's actually pretty simple. You can use this 3-step framework every single time you work with an AI. Step 1. Check for accuracy. Is the stuff it's telling you actually true? Don't be afraid to ask it for sources and then go check those sources yourself. Step 2. Assess the relevance. Did it really answer the question you asked, or did it kind of dodge it and give you something else? And step 3, the most important one, add the human touch. The AI's output is just a first draft. It's not the final product. Your job is to rephrase it, reformat it, correct its mistakes, and make it yours.
Because ultimately, this is not about being anti-AI or refusing to use these incredible new tools. Not at all. It's about shifting our mindset. These are powerful tools, yes, but they are just that, tools. The real goal is to learn how to use them effectively, ethically, and wisely, to make them a partner for our own intelligence, not a replacement for it. Because in the end, the most powerful processor, the most important part of any human-AI partnership, is the one that's sitting right between your ears. Your judgment, your creativity, your critical thinking, that is the real intelligence in the system. So the only question left is, how are you going to use it?